Human beings spend much of their lives searching for something to hold on to. We look for security in people, in wealth, in status, in plans carefully arranged to protect us from uncertainty. We build identities and call them permanent. We form attachments and call them safe. We gather possessions and call them stability. Yet life quietly reveals, again and again, that everything we lean on eventually shifts, fades, or disappears. This is not a punishment. It is simply the nature of existence. When circumstances change, the mind trembles. When relationships shift, the heart clings. When expectations collapse, fear arises. And so we run outward, searching for another structure, another person, another promise that will finally make us feel secure. But no outer structure can carry the weight of our longing for permanence, because all conditioned things are themselves unstable. To live in this world without understanding this truth is to live in constant hidden anxiety. Even in moments of pleasure, there is unease, because part of us already senses that what we hold will not remain. The Buddha offered a simple yet profound invitation: become your own refuge, not in isolation, not in cold independence, but in deep inner stability that does not depend on what changes. To become your own refuge means to cultivate a mind that can remain steady in gain and loss, in praise and blame, in joy and sorrow. It means discovering a ground within that is not shaken by the movements of the world. Today we reflect on what it truly means to become your own refuge, and how this inner sanctuary can be realized in the midst of an uncertain and ever-changing life. Consider carefully where you place your sense of safety. Many believe security comes from control, controlling outcomes, controlling relationships, controlling the future. But control is always partial, always temporary, always fragile. A person may believe money will protect them, yet markets shift, opportunities vanish, health changes, and wealth can dissolve in ways no one predicts. Another believes love will provide permanent comfort, yet people change, emotions evolve, separation happens, and even the closest bond cannot shield one from loss. Another trusts their identity, their role, reputation or achievements. But time erodes all roles, memory fades, and recognition is never guaranteed. External security fails not because the world is cruel, but because the world is dynamic. Everything arises through conditions, and whatever arises through conditions will also pass when those conditions change. When we demand permanence from what is impermanent, suffering appears. When we demand certainty from what is uncertain, anxiety appears. When we demand control over what cannot be controlled, frustration appears. The mind that depends entirely on external arrangements is like a house built on shifting sand. No matter how carefully constructed, it cannot remain stable. This does not mean we must reject relationships, responsibilities, or material life. It means we must see clearly what they can and cannot provide. They can offer support, joy, and meaning, but they cannot serve as an unshakable foundation. If your peace depends entirely on conditions remaining favorable, then peace will always be temporary. True refuge cannot be found in what changes. It must be discovered in how we relate to change itself. In Buddhist teaching, refuge is not an escape from life. It is not withdrawal from responsibility. It is not the construction of emotional walls. Refuge is clarity, stability, and wisdom established within the mind. To take refuge is to recognize that while the world is uncertain, awareness itself can become steady. While circumstances fluctuate, understanding can deepen. While emotions rise and fall, wisdom can observe without being overwhelmed. When the Buddha spoke of refuge, he pointed toward awakening, the capacity to see reality as it truly is. When we see clearly, we no longer demand permanence from the impermanent. We no longer cling to passing states as if they define us. We no longer panic when conditions shift because we understand their nature. Becoming your own refuge means training the mind to rest in awareness rather than in illusion. It means learning to observe thoughts without becoming imprisoned by them, to experience emotions without drowning in them, and to meet change without resistance. This refuge is not built in a single moment. It is cultivated gradually, through attention, reflection, and discipline. Each moment of mindfulness strengthens it. Each moment of wise understanding stabilizes it. Each moment of non-clinging deepens it. External refuge says, "May nothing disturb my peace." Inner refuge says, "Even when disturbance arises, the mind remains grounded." This shift transforms life completely. Instead of constantly rearranging the outer world in search of safety, we develop the inner capacity to remain steady within it. Refuge is not something you find, it is something you become. If refuge is stability, then we must understand what creates instability. The mind is shaken primarily by three forces: attachment, fear, and restless desire. Attachment says, "This must remain." Fear says, "This must not happen." Desire says, "Something else is needed before I can be at peace." These movements pull the mind away from the present and bind it to imagined futures or remembered pasts. When what we cling to changes, attachment produces grief. When what we fear approaches, fear produces panic. When what we crave remains distant, desire produces dissatisfaction. None of these states are inherently wrong. They are natural human responses. But when they are unconscious and unexamined, they rule the mind completely. Attachment convinces us that without certain people, roles, or outcomes, we cannot be whole. Fear convinces us that uncertainty is danger rather than simply reality. Desire convinces us that fulfillment always lies somewhere else. Together, they create a restless mind, always leaning forward, always resisting, never fully grounded. Seeing clearly does not mean suppressing these forces. It means observing them as processes rather than identities. Instead of saying, "I am afraid," we begin to notice fear is present. Instead of saying, "I cannot live without this," we notice attachment has arisen. This small shift creates space, and in that space freedom begins. When attachment loosens, fear softens. When fear softens, desire becomes less urgent. When these forces calm, the mind settles naturally. A settled mind is capable of refuge. Inner refuge is cultivated through training. Just as the body becomes strong through repeated movement, the mind becomes stable through repeated awareness. The first training is attention. Learn to remain present with what is happening now: breath, sensation, thought, emotion, without immediately reacting. Presence interrupts the habit of being carried away by every mental movement. The second training is equanimity. This is the ability to experience pleasure without clinging and discomfort without resistance. Equanimity does not make life dull, it makes life balanced. Joy can be enjoyed fully, and pain can be endured without collapse. The third training is compassion. A mind that is harsh toward itself cannot become a refuge. When difficulties arise, meet them with patience rather than judgment. When suffering appears, respond with understanding rather than rejection. Self-reliance in the Buddhist sense does not mean isolation. It means emotional maturity. It means your peace does not depend on constant reassurance, constant validation, or constant favorable conditions. Through steady practice, the mind becomes less reactive, more spacious, more resilient. Thoughts pass like clouds, emotions move like waves. Experience flows, but awareness remains grounded. This grounded awareness becomes your refuge, not because it stops change, but because it is no longer threatened by change. When refuge is established within, life is experienced differently. Uncertainty no longer feels like an enemy. It becomes simply part of the natural unfolding of events. Loss still brings sadness, but not despair. Success still brings joy, but not intoxication. Relationships are cherished deeply, yet without the illusion that they must remain unchanged forever. You begin to move through life with quiet confidence. Not the confidence that everything will go according to plan, but the confidence that whatever arises can be met with awareness. Decisions become clearer because they are not driven solely by fear or craving. Actions become kinder because they are not rooted in insecurity. Presence becomes deeper because the mind is not constantly searching for escape. To live as your own refuge is to walk through the world with openness, rather than defensiveness. You participate fully in life while remaining inwardly grounded. Nothing needs to be pushed away. Nothing needs to be grasped desperately. Experience is allowed to arise and pass, while awareness remains steady. This is freedom in the midst of ordinary living. Not somewhere else, not in some distant future, but here within this very moment of awareness. To become your own refuge is to recognize that true stability does not come from controlling the world, but from understanding the mind. External security is always uncertain. Inner clarity can be cultivated. Attachment, fear, and restless desire shake the mind, but awareness steadies it. Through attention, equanimity, and compassion, the mind becomes a place of grounding that remains present even as life changes. You can begin practicing this immediately. First, when something difficult arises today, pause and notice the experience before reacting. Let awareness come before response. Second, observe one attachment or fear gently, without trying to eliminate it. Simply see it clearly as a passing mental state. Third, offer yourself patience in moments of struggle, remembering that stability grows through practice, not perfection. If this reflection resonates with you, let us grow in understanding together. Share what struggle you are facing right now, not as a confession, but as a contribution to collective wisdom. When we speak honestly, we help others see that they are not alone in their journey. If these teachings brought clarity or calm, express your support so this shared space of reflection can continue to grow. Offer this message to someone who may be searching for steadiness in a difficult time, and remain connected with this community, where we learn not only from teachings, but from one another's lived experience. May you continue discovering the refuge that has always been quietly waiting within you.